All right, good evening and welcome to the 5 p.m. regular scheduled meeting. Today is July 29th. We apologize for being late this evening. Assisting the council tonight are Jack Blair, City Attorney, Lori Doring, our Secretary to the Council, and Chris Boffman. Council staff, if you wish to speak on an agenda item, please see Chris to complete a request to speak card prior to that item being read. You will not be allowed to speak on any item after it has been read. Please join us in pledging allegiance to the flag of our country and remain standing for a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. All right, people wishing to speak on an agenda item are limited to 5 minutes total per meeting. Public input is a time for members of the public to provide insight on a regular agenda item. Due to the meeting format, public input is not a time for question and answer period. All comments should be relevant to the agenda item and directed to the council. We are using an electronic timing system. In front of the speakers at the microphone, there is a timer that will count down. At the time used, the green light will go on to let you know that your time is running. Yellow light will caution you that you have 30 seconds remaining, and red light will be shown when your time has concluded. We ask that you stay within your time limit so everyone wishing to speak is given equal time. Please keep the podium area, railings, and aisles free from recording devices, tripods, recording equipment, and accessories, including tripods, must be set up in the media center. As posted on tonight's agenda, certain items are subject to consideration and possible approval, adoption, denial, amendment, or revision. I call this meeting to order. Lori, please call the roll.
Counselor Hall Harper.
Here.
Counselor Archie.
Here.
Counselor Dutton.
Here.
Counselor Bellis.
Here.
Counselor Gilbert.
Here.
Counselor Bengal.
Here.
Counselor Dr. Wright.
Here.
Counselor Bush.
Here.
All right. Item number 1, receipt and filing of minutes. 1A, minutes of regular meeting held at 4 p.m. on July 15th, 2026. B, minutes of regular meeting held at 5 p.m. on July 15th of 2026. Do we have any speakers?
We have no speakers.
All right, is there council discussion?
I move to approve items 1A and B.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Archie.
Yes.
Counselor Dutton.
Yes.
Counselor Bellis.
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert.
Yes.
Counselor Bengal.
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright.
Yes.
Counselor Bush.
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper.
Yes.
All right. Items 1A through B are approved. 2 appointments and reappointments. A, Mr. Lee, reappointment to the Asian Affairs Commission. Term expires January 1st, 2028. Do we have any speakers?
We have one speaker on item 2A, Mr. John Huffines.
Good evening, Mr. Huffines.
Good evening. Peace, yes, peace. I'm thankful for our honorable leaders. I'm grateful for the Honorable Council Chair, Karen Gilbert, the Honorable Vice Chair, Christian Bengal, honorable counselors, staff, team, and security. We are thankful to the citizens of this great city of love, Tulsa, in this great nation, under God, the USA. It is a joy to be with you on this 29th day of July in the year of our loving Lord Jesus Christ, 2026. Yes. 2, appointments and reappointments. A, Mr. Lee, reappointment to the Asian Affairs Commission.
Thank you. Mr. Council, discussion?
I move to approve item 2A.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Archie.
Yes.
Counselor Dutton.
Yes.
Counselor Bellis.
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert.
Yes.
Counselor Bengal.
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright.
Yes.
Counselor Bush. Counselor Hall Harper.
Yes.
Right, item 2A is approved. B, and he's out of here. Counselor Bengal, reappointment to the Tulsa Authority for Economic Opportunity. Do we have any speakers?
We have one speaker on item 2B, Mr. John Huffines.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Huffines. Council discussion?
I move to approve item 2B.
Yeah, second. Now I got excited about the yes thing. Yeah.
Please call the roll. Lori?
Counselor Archie?
This is a tough one. No, I'm just joking. Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
I'm not kidding. This is a tough one, but yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
All right, item 2B is approved. All right, item C, Counselor Lakin, reappointment to the Emergency Medical Service Authority. Term expires June 30th of 2029. Do we have any speakers?
We have one speaker on item 2C, Mr. John Huffines.
Thank you, counselors. Yes, C, Phil Lakin Jr., reappointment to the Emergency Medical Services Authority. Medical Services. This brings to mind, I've heard that Victory Christian Center has cooling stations at their dream centers on the North Campus and West Campus. So thank you. May we continue to honor our employees and volunteers. Thank you, family.
Thank you, Mr. Huffines. Is there council discussion?
Move to approve item 2C.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Archie?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes.
Counselor Bengal?
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
All right, item number, or 2C is approved. Item 3, public hearings. There are no items this week. 4, mayor's items. 4A, report from the mayor or his designee on community events, briefing on city activities, city efforts, and new business.
I always overblow the microphone, so I'm testing it out first just to make sure it can pick me up. Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the City Council. Shane Stone, Director of Government Affairs for Mayor Nichols. I bring to you tonight several pieces of good news in the mayor's report. First and foremost, the recruitment process is underway for Tulsa's new police chief. In recognition of how community involved the entire police department is, but particularly the police chief, we will have a community listening session from 5:30 to 7 o'clock next Tuesday, August 4th at Edison Prep on 41st Street. The mayor will also be convening a series of stakeholder roundtable discussions. These events will shape the qualities prioritized in our next police chief, and the position is posted internally until August 5th. Some great economic development news. I'm looking at my friend Aaron Persley in the audience. Park Aerospace has selected Tulsa for a new composites manufacturing facility. This will bring in about $65 million of investment to support more than 100 jobs, continuing our momentum on aerospace manufacturing. The facility will be in the airport's north development area and is anticipated to open in 2028. Speaking of milestone moments, the Financial Empowerment Center is hitting a big one. Clients have collectively grown their savings now by more than $2 million, and this is on top of the $5.4 million in non-mortgage consumer debt eliminated through the program. I do want to take a moment here just to say I know this is something council has supported continuously through the budget process and even talked about expanding the services of the Financial Empowerment Center. So it's something that's being done in partnership with you all, and just really appreciate all the support on that program. They are eliminating personal debt, helping Tulsans save, and putting Tulsans and their families on stronger economic foundations. Finally, we look ahead to this Friday, July 31st. The Municipal Court is hosting a Clear Your Warrants event. The event will give folks a straightforward way to address outstanding warrants without the fear of arrest. We'll be clearing traffic and parking citations as well as certain nonviolent misdemeanors, probation violations, cost warrants, and failures to appear. Additional organizations will be on site to connect residents with their services, including family support, financial counseling, mental health support, driver resources, housing, employment, and other services. So it will be a terrific event. That'll be at the Municipal Court from 8 to 11 a.m. and then from 1 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and then at the Tulsa County District Court from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. a lot of terrific news out there. And of course, it happens with the great leadership at the City of Tulsa, but I know a sentiment shared between the mayor's office and the council. It's city staff doing a lot of great things that let us come up here and share some great news of things going on. So appreciate all the work that goes into this and for the time on your agenda.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stone. Do we have any speakers on that item?
We have no speakers on 4A.
All right, thank you. The remaining items 4B through 4L will not be read aloud. However, public comments will be received on these items. Do we have any speakers?
We have 2 speakers. First on item 4L, Cody Elkin.
Good evening. I'm here to speak on the Sip and Slide event that is scheduled for August 1st. I believe that this event will directly contribute to the further decline the city is experiencing in regard to drug and alcohol abuse, and it should be denied. The explicit promotion of public drunkenness and participation of open debauchery in the form of adult foam parties is par for the course. In fact, there still exists speakeasies to this very day as part of our history in the city as glorification of illegal behaviors. I, of course, am speaking of the Cave House. I think a quick history lesson is in order. When the state was founded in 1907, future Oklahomans accepted prohibition as part of the state constitution. Upon taking office as Oklahoma's first governor, Charles Haskell reiterated his support for strict enforcement of this fact, and he challenged anyone in this state disposed to violate the law. The Billups Law was passed in 1908, which created what we could refer to today as an alcohol dispensary system for those that required it for medicinal purposes. This, of course, was abused, and most of its resources were taken by bootleggers and enabled corruption at the state level. The program was ended in 1911 as it had failed miserably and was outed as a racketeering scheme. The few who utilized the system continued to get their medicine through bootleggers. Now we fast forward to 1933. FDR is president. He's an enabler, social degenerate, and avid drunkard who would have binge drinking sessions with Winston Churchill and late night booze-fueled parties in the White House. He favored the repeal of our state's dry laws and agitated during this time for bootlegging, gambling, and red light operations under the guise of personal freedoms. This was an echo from a decade earlier here in Tulsa with the leadership by lax enforcement by both mayors C.H. Hubbard and T.D. Evans, who both participated in those activities. Lest we forget, in the same period, the hypocrite Warren G. Harding, who kept a fully stocked wet bar in the Oval Office, went to bed drunk every night while publicly speaking out of both sides of his mouth to the public, stating that he supported dry laws. After Mayor T.D. Evans and his spinelessness, the violent bootlegging gangs and gambling syndicates prevailed and swayed future mayors of this city to instead let vice take over and profit from it, or the alternative, to be taught a lesson they wouldn't soon forget. Herman F. Newblock used money from bootleggers to fund the Spavinaw Water Project. George E. Norville was a city judge who turned a blind eye to the law and sympathized with enablers of vice by giving light sentences to bootleggers. James L. Maxwell, the Tulsa mayor when prohibition was ended statewide in 1959, supported the modernization and urbanization of Tulsa, which included his personal quest to repeal prohibition via State Question 386. Maxwell worked hand in hand with the governor, J. Howard Edmondson, to champion vice, addiction, and the destruction of the nuclear family through personal freedoms. The notion of simply turning a blind eye to the problem now shows itself for what it is: active participation in corruption. Dan W. Patton profited from Tulsa's illegal alcohol trade. In fact, it ended his mayorship in 1930. It was found he took bribes by bootleggers and gambling syndicates who operated out of the Cave House. Every single mayor after that has supported vice as a means of making money for the city. This includes Hughley, both LaFortunes, Inhofe, G.T. Bynum, and even our illustrious Monroe Nichols and his son were unable to escape this plague. As a recovered alcoholic myself, I believe this time has come to dry this city out for good, end these disgusting displays of degeneracy, and instead enforce strength and well-being through sobriety. Ban all use of alcohol in this city. Do not allow these events anymore. Shut down all bars, breweries, and liquor stores. Stop selling alcohol and punish those severely who would violate this law. In fact, I'll go even further and say that we should also ban nicotine, cannabis, and kratom. Get rid of it all. It's time for Tulsa to sober up, and I implore each and every person to confront their personal demons before they haunt the next generation worse than they already have. Alcohol is a cancerous plague that destroys lives, families, and entire civilizations, and I'll fight for this cause until my dying breath. Thank you for your time.
Okay, next speaker, please.
Next speaker on items 4E, F, H, and J, Mr. John Huffines.
Thank you, councilors. 4E, a travel donation from Cities for Financial Empowerment for Kennedy Dixon's travels to New York, to attend the Cities for Financial Empowerment Leadership Cohort of Local Government. This travel donation reminds us that leadership is always growing. I'm grateful for leaders who continue learning, listening, and serving with excellence. Excuse me. As each of us willingly submits our hearts to the leadership of the Holy Spirit, He grants wisdom, understanding, humility, and discernment. These qualities bless our families, strengthen our city, help Tulsa flourish. Thank you, counselors, for your service, and may God's favor and guidance rest upon you. And Almighty God, we invoke your guidance according to the Oklahoma State Constitution. Agenda item 4F. I am grateful for the Tulsa Fire Department and its excellence, professionalism, and big hearts for serving our community every day. It is a compliment to Tulsa that Fire Captain Troy Franklin has been invited to help assess another department's promotion process. That tells us the qualities he has developed are worth sharing. It also reminds us that every person here has God-given gifts, wisdom, kindness, and experience worth sharing with others. As we encourage one another and freely share those strengths, our city grows stronger, our neighborhoods flourish, and lives are blessed. I'm grateful for Captain Franklin and for every member of the Tulsa Fire Department for representing our city so well. May God continue to bless and guide you all. For H, I'm grateful for Officer Josh Metcalf and for every law enforcement officer who serves our community with courage and compassion. The law enforcement torch run shines a light on the abilities, determination, and dignity of Special Olympics. It is inspiring to see Tulsa represented in this international effort. May we carry the torch of encouragement, kindness, hope, wherever we go, lifting others up and helping every person discover the gifts God has placed in them. And for J, a special event application, Rock the Block, scheduled for August 30th, 2026 at 3515 South Harvard Avenue. Methodists have hearts of love for God and persons. I'm supporting this application. Yes to these folks interested in helping and lifting our community. Thank you, counselors, for saying yes to Tulsa families, yes to Rock the Block. The name of Jesus, the Son of God, the Rock, is exalted here, and his love is shared at this church. Methodists are awesome examples of people and are a great asset to our community. Let's say yes to this special event where they will have entertainment, live music, and supporting documentation tells us they're going to have inflatables for interested ones. Yes, thank you, counselors, for always doing your best to help Tulsa be her best. Thank you.
Thank you. Chris, any other speakers?
We have no more speakers.
All right, is there council discussion?
I move to approve items 4B through L.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Archie?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes.
Counselor Bengal?
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
Okay, items 4B through 4L are approved. 5, authorities, boards, and commissions. 5A, final plat for Tulsa's Classical Academy consisting of one block on 14.83 acres located in the northeast corner of Sheridan Road and East 101st Street. B, rezoning application Z7867 from RS3 to IM for property located at the northeast corner of West 37th Place and South Galveston Avenue. Do we have any speakers?
We have no speakers.
Council discussion?
Move to approve items 5A and B.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Archie?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes.
Counselor Bengel?
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
yes,
All right, items 5A through B are approved. 6, ordinances first reading. The following items in this section of the agenda will not be read aloud, and without objection on items 6A through 6E will be forwarded to the next council meeting for action. 7, ordinances, second reading. 7A, rezoning ordinance Z 7862 from RS3 to CG for property located east of the northeast corner of South Harvard Avenue and East 27th Avenue. South B, rezoning ordinance Z 7864 from RS3 to RM3 for property located west of the northwest corner of East 46th Street North and North Peoria Avenue. C, rezoning ordinance Z 7865 from OM to CS for property located at the northeast corner of 31st Street South and South Sandusky Avenue. D, rezoning ordinance Z 7866 from RS3 to AG from RS4 with optional development plan for property located at the southeast corner of East 101st Street South and South Florence Avenue. E, ordinance amending fiscal year 2026-2027 budget to make supplemental appropriation of $1 million recognized from the unappropriated fund balance within the Pandemic Relief Recovery Fund. F, ordinance dissolving increment district number 7, City of Tulsa, created by the approval of the Admiral Place Community Development Project Plan. G, ordinance dissolving the tax increment district number 10, City of Tulsa, created by the approval of the Downtown Area Economic Development Project Plan. Do we have any speakers?
We have 2 speakers on 7B and E, James and Bernice Alexander.
Good evening, council,
Good evening.
and everyone in the, here. When any development is going on in North Tulsa, I have a long, hard look at it. And what I'm seeing in North Tulsa is what they call genocide. Because if you look at the development going in and the way the United States has set up stuff as black people being unable to achieve credit, I have a problem with that. I'm for housing, I'm for building up North Tulsa, but I am not for moving black people out of that area. And if you keep up with history, at this period of time, there's less black home ownership in the United States than there has ever been. If anybody don't think that's a problem in black, there is something wrong with them because they're trying to move us out. And I'm not going to sit here and play like we are so loved people because history is showing today that black people are not wanted in the United States. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to die here. 7E. Now, when you talk about pandemic money and you put it in the OK Pop Museum, any sober thinking person would say, why in the hell are you doing that? Why are you putting money for pandemics with all this disease going on in the United States? Measles. It was almost eradicated till these crazy Kennedy came up and said, don't vaccinate your children. And look what's happening. There is a problem. We as a state, as the United States, as a city, if we're going to be world class, we're going to have to step up our activities.
Thank you. Good evening, Ms. Bernice. Alex. All right, thank you. Chris, any other speakers?
We have no more speakers.
Council discussion?
Move to approve items 7A through 7G.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Archie?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes.
Counselor Bengel?
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
All right, items 7A through 7G are approved. 8 council items. 8A, counselors' announcements and reports on current community events, activities, efforts, and concerns other than announcements and reports. No discussion will ensue. Counselor Dr. Wright?
Thank you, Chair Gilbert. I wanted to amplify a community meeting that the City of Tulsa and City Council are hosting tomorrow in regard to the Vesta Properties ongoing community conversation. There's 11 properties across Tulsa County, and there's 10 in Tulsa County and 1 in Bartlesville. So we're hosting a community meeting to give residents the opportunity to not only talk to their city councilors, but to get local resources such as from Legal Aid Services of Oklahoma, Housing Solutions Tulsa's Landlord Tenant Resource Center, and Life Senior Services, among other community resources. There'll be representatives from the City of Tulsa's mayor office, and I know that at least one state elected official will be there as well to hear the concerns of current tenants that are in these properties. It will take place tomorrow at 4821 South 72nd East Avenue. That is Life Senior Service Roma Berry Center. The best way to enter the building is from the back of the parking lot. And the tenants that we're inviting specifically are from 23 East, the Barcelona, Lakeside Place, 1 Eaton Square, River Park at Kensington, Shoreline, the Villas at Midtown, Village Creek at 67th, Woodland Manor, 727 Lofts, Thrive, those 2 are in Jenks, and Lexington Commons in Bartlesville. Again, tomorrow, July 30th at 6:30 at Life's Active Senior Center at Roma Berry. That is, the closest cross streets are 51st and South Sheridan Road. And if you're a resident of one of these properties, we would love to have you come and connect with services, get your questions asked and answered to the best of our ability, and just connect with your neighbors as well. There's been a lot of confusion. I do want to uplift the reporting of Aaron Christie at KJRH. Has been very informative. And we would love to see you. I think it'll be me, Counselor Archie, Counselor Gilbert, and Counselor Bush there, because those apartment complexes are in our districts. So 6:30 tomorrow. Everyone's invited. It's an open meeting and it's open to the public. Thank you.
All right, Counselor Dutton?
Yeah, so I want to remind everybody about the Neighborhood Infill Overlay NIO meeting tomorrow. Encompasses District 1 and 3 primarily. This will be tomorrow evening, 6:30 to 8 p.m., Sequoia Hills Baptist Church, 714 North Harvard. This will be the last meeting, informational meeting regarding the NIO for this particular area. And I also wanted to amplify Clear Your Warrants on Friday, the 31st. I know that our representative, Shane Stone, was here to speak on behalf of the mayor for that, but I also wanted to amplify. This will be a Tulsa Municipal Court event from 8 to 11 a.m., and then 1 to 3 p.m., the Municipal Court Building, 600 Civic Center, and the Tulsa County District Court event would be 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Arvis Convention Center. Please note, if you know any loved ones or any friends or neighbors that have warrants that need to be cleared.
All right. Anybody else? Going? Counselor Archie? All right. Okay, without objection, I've had the request to read item 8B separately. If everyone all right? Yep. Okay. So item 8B, amended language resolution of the City of Tulsa, Oklahoma, urging the Tulsa County Election Board to add an additional early voting location in North Tulsa for the August 2026 election and future election dates, promoting the use of city facilities as possible early voting locations and encouraging the border Tulsa community to support early voting efforts through volunteerism and opening their doors as potential partners located for a safe, secure, early voting. Do we have any speakers on this item?
We have 4 speakers. Our first speaker is Regina Goodwin.
Thank you. Just wanted to say good evening to you council members. I know your work and your day has been long. I am appreciative that this has even been taken up for consideration.
I think that for a while, I did want to say that this just didn't happen. Maybe a year and a half ago, I'd reached out to the Tulsa County Election Board. We wanted to get ahead of this issue, knowing that the Tulsa County Election Board at 555 North Denver was going to be moved. And I knew then that there had been a satellite out south for Hardesty Library, understanding that our tax dollars help with that. Didn't mind my tax dollars going there. I know that there were concerns about people driving north and wanting something a little more accessible to their homes. Understood that. Know now that since it's now been moved to 12,000 East Skelly Drive, and the other early voting site that is new has been out to Broken Arrow there at the tech school. And we simply just said, if you're going to have this gaping hole where 555 North Denver once was in terms of their whole operations, what do we do for a densely populated area of Tulsa that not only serves the north side, but also serves those folks that are downtown that would like to not necessarily go to their precincts on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, particularly Thursday and Friday, and it just made sense. So we had reached out to the Tulsa County Election Board. We had even provided some sites. We were able to work that out with Vernon's site years ago, made a suggestion. We don't consider it interfering or intervening. We consider it engagement. And that worked out. We offered some sites this go round and certainly wanted June, because those are critical elections there in June, that we have access. This is about voter access. It's not about politics. It's about access for people. Whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, Black, White, Asian, Pacific, and Islander, Native American, Hispanic, whatever it might be, this is just about having a location where you can vote. I thought that 555 North Denver, knowing that we're still paying for those lights there, that it could absolutely serve as a location. We had a meeting. We were told, no, that will not be a site. I can't imagine that it's, for so many years, 40 years, it served the entire operation. We're simply asking for early voting there, and to be told, no, that won't be the case. To be told that, you got to have the capacity to serve some 400,000 people. That's never happened. Some 26% of the people vote in an election, so you cut that down, you will it down. And then we understand early voting is a choice. Everybody's not going to go in. So those numbers are greatly reduced if we're going to be realistic. I've never known the Tulsa County Election Board to handle 400,000 folks. Unfortunately, voting is not as great as perhaps we'd like it. The issue becomes voter suppression. After a while, after a year and a half of saying, hey, let's work on this, and you see that June went by and you had East Side taken care of, then you had Broken Arrow taken care of, gaping hole and a most densely populated area. Why not have elections in June with access to early voting? Why not be able to go in August and vote? We have state questions, we have a municipal question, we have gubernatorial races, state races, city races, very critical. I just know that right now when we're told we know where we're going, but we're not necessarily going to share it, well, where is North? If I hear that North can be Collinsville, that it could be Owasso, that it could be Turley, that doesn't help us in terms of what we need to do. We think that we need to move along faster, further. Let's engage all of our voices, all of the folks. We do have a petition. We have a petition because people have a right to have their voices heard. And I do want you to know that as it relates to the law, I've got 50 seconds. I want to read this because the Secretary of the Election Board absolutely has the right to make those decisions. But again, with engagement with the public, we are taxpayers, and I think collaboration matters. Is there a collective will to do right? And the law says the Secretary of the County Election Board in the counties with 25,000 or more registered voters or with an area of excess of 1,500 square miles may designate more than one location as an in-person absentee polling place for an election, subject to the approval and pursuant to the procedures prescribed by the Secretary of the State Election Board. To not know where our site is going to be, we just can't say anywhere north, and certainly we say only. If it's only going to be November, we say no to only November. We need to be able to vote in August. How long would you wait to exercise your right to vote? Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Next speaker is Alicia Anders.
Good evening, Council. My name is Alicia Andrews, and before I address the specific item that's listed here, I want to make sure that we call out the fact that there is an election on August 25th, and the deadline to register to participate in that election is on this Friday, July 31st. And every election matters, particularly for this body, since all but one of the councilors will be on the ballot on August 25th. I would think that this would be an important issue for you. Regardless of your political party, there will be an important decisions on this ballot. There are runoff elections, 2 state ballot measures, and every Tulsa City Councilor, as I said, is up for election with the exception of Councilor Bellis. Every election matters because every voter matters. This brings me why we're here today. This is an issue of equity. It is not an issue of competition. It's not about politics. It's not about personalities. Every eligible voter deserves, and is frankly entitled to, the easiest access to the ballot box. Let's look at the facts. Cleveland County, home to Norman, who has approximately 300,000 citizens for early, and for early voting, they have 6 locations available to serve those voters. Tulsa County has more than 680 citizens, well over twice as many. Yet we certainly have only, yet we currently only have 2 confirmed early voting locations, with discussion of a possible 3rd location that is yet to be identified publicly. Let me be clear, I am not criticizing Cleveland County. I applaud Cleveland County. They demonstrate what is possible when election officials prioritize voter access. They should be viewed as a model, not an exception. Oklahoma already provides one of the shortest early voting periods in the nation. We should not compound the limitation by making early voting more difficult through too few locations. We consistently rank near the bottom nationally in voter participation. States with the strongest voter participation generally have multiple early voting locations, longer early voting periods, or expanded in-person absentee voting opportunities, and more accessible voting registration deadlines. The one thing that does not require legislative intervention is determining early voting locations. If we genuinely want more citizens to participate in democracy, we should be removing barriers, not creating them. Unfortunately, transparency has become part of this conversation. The Secretary has suggested publicly, even going to the press, that a 3rd voting location exists, yet no specifics have been provided to the public. At the same time, she has suggested these requests are politically motivated. So I have a simple question. Who's playing politics? Our request has been consistent from the beginning. We have asked for equitable access to North Tulsa voters. We have offered ideas, identified potential locations, and sought collaborative solutions. Why can't we receive the same clarity and openness in return? Frederick Douglass once said, "Power concedes nothing without a demand, never has, never will." That's why we're here today. This is not our first conversation. There have been meetings, there have been face-to-face discussions, there have been constructive proposals. We have worked to identify practical solutions again and again, and those efforts have been dismissed. This is about the voters of Tulsa County, particularly North Tulsa. It's about whether 700,000 registered voters deserve the same commitment to access that other Oklahoma counties receive. The people of Tulsa have already spoken. They have signed a petition calling for equitable early voting opportunities. Today, that petition has more than 900 signatures, and it's just people wanting easier access to ballots. Their voices deserve to be heard. We're asking Tulsa County Election Board to embrace fairness, transparency, and equity. We're asking them to provide voters with meaningful access to early voting. This should not be controversial. It should be expected, because democracy works best when participation is encouraged, not discouraged. Our democracy is stronger when every eligible voter has a fair opportunity to cast a ballot. And this is all we're asking. I once again want to thank the council for taking up this resolution and letting our voices be heard.
Ms. Andrews, point of correction, we also have Councilor Bangle who did not draw an opponent. Or Lakin. So there's 3 councilors that did not draw an opponent. Next speaker, please.
Our final 2 speakers are James and Bernice Alexander.
Hey, I'm going to just tell you the truth. I'm not a politician and will not be one, so I'm going to speak my mind. And if you don't care, like, I don't care. Listen, in the world we living in today is very, very different. And it has come to the point where if you're not of a political party or of lighter skin, you don't count. But with black people, that's always been the thing ever since they brought us over here. Well, around the world. If you listen to the news, you'll see that black people are the most hated group of people in the world. We have occupied all over the world. They have killed us off and moved us into certain places. But people like me, there's a few that will stand up and fight to the end. Now, there is no reason in the world for the Tulsa County Election Board not to have a precinct here in North Tulsa. Like was previously spoken, there has been one here forever. And to move out where the city of Tulsa and the county has moved out on 129th Street, that's ludicrous. It's a dumb move. When the middle of the city is North Tulsa and surrounding areas. But understanding where we are, understanding who our president is, understanding the party that's in power, I don't care. I'm going to stand up for myself and my family, and we're going to do the right thing. And the city of Tulsa, if you want to be a world-class city, you're going to have to come from out the norm. You're going to have to be different. You're going to have to show other places how to be world-class. Let's do that if you really want to. Do you have the gumption? Do you have the strength? Can you stand on all 10 toes and stand up to everybody else? Let's see what's going on.
Good evening, councilors.
Good evening.
I am concerned about these changes that you're making that would affect the voting rights of people, particularly who live in North and Northwest Tulsa. I don't understand how come you're moving voting places around. What is this about? Why all of a sudden are you moving voter places about in the community? Can someone speak on this? What is this about? The ones that we have been working. Why are we changing and scattering people all over the place and putting people in a position where they may not have transportation or whatever is necessary for them to get to where they need to go? Why did you take the voting from the North Tulsa community? Now, everybody else in here might be okay with that. But in the last election, we voted at Rudisill Library. And we understand that there were different places that were set up for people to vote. Why change what we had? Did that building need to be destroyed or what? What's this about?
Ms. Alexander, again, as I said at the beginning of the meeting, your public comments are not a time for question and answer. It's for you to make a comment.
Okay, I have some writings that I'm getting ready for you all to deal with anyway.
Okay.
And I'm going to include this.
We're happy to visit with you after the meeting.
Because I see problems in the changes that are being made by this council toward, in particular, the North Tulsa community. And we're not going to put up with it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Chris, is that the last speaker?
That was our final speaker.
Thank you. Council discussion?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Thank you for Senator Goodwin and Ms. Andrews and all that have come to advocate for this. I just want to provide some clarity. So Councilor Hall Harper was working on this as well and brought to Councilors Dutton, Bellis, and I to co-sponsor a resolution of the council and mayor to support the assertion that North Tulsa should have an early voting location. The city council does not determine where any voting precincts go. That is a function of the Tulsa County. We don't have a county seat that is enjoined in our government. So what we're doing now is to try to assert our policy position that we agree that for 40 years, 555 North Denver did accommodate early voting for the county with overflow to a variety of different locations, which we discussed during committee today. I represent Southeast Tulsa District 7, and for years we've had early voting at Hardesty Regional Library, and it certainly did not accommodate 400,000 plus folks. We've had it at the Driller Stadium during COVID. We've had it in a variety of places. And so this resolution is to amplify the assertion that it is unacceptable to the city of Tulsa and those of us that represent the citizens of Tulsa to not have an urban core location for early voting, especially for August, as it is a municipal election. There's 6 of us on the ballot, 6 districts on the ballot, choosing their representation for the next 2 years. There's also a citywide question about the ONG franchise agreement that was negotiated. So that alone compels the necessity that in an August election that the citizens of the city of Tulsa have access Thursday, Friday, Saturday before the regular election day on Tuesday. Because folks work different hours, different locations. I also did want to amplify that there's folks all over Tulsa County that work in downtown Tulsa. So whether you're in Collinsville, Glenpool, or wherever, you've commuted downtown to work, and you can go vote early as well, as long as there's a location that you can get to on a lunch break or before or after work. And those are the conversations that we had prior to bringing this resolution forward, and certainly in committee today, where we had Ms. Andrews and Senator Goodwin at the table with us. So for anyone who wants to see the bigger conversation, I encourage you to go back and look at that. So I just wanted to clarify those things for anyone who might be feeling confused about what it is we're doing here today. A resolution's a policy position. Should it pass here today by a majority of the council, it will go to the mayor for signature, and then it'll be presented to the authority at the county who can make this decision. And there's no binding authority. It's just a collective voice of saying, we feel very strongly, we've put it to a vote, and we hope that you will hear our collective voice now before you as you make this decision at the county level with the secretary of the election board. For anyone else who wants to advocate to the actual decision makers, I would encourage you to look up the Tulsa County Election Board and go ahead and send your emails and make your calls if you feel strongly one way or another about this. You also have county commissioners that represent you that could elevate their voices as well. So with that, unless there's any further council discussion, I'm going to go ahead and make a motion. Can we make the motion on this and take the vote on this? That's what you asked for, right, Chairwoman? I'm going to make a
read it separately.
Yeah, I'm going to make a motion to approve item 8B.
Second.
Oh, hold on, with the emergency. I guess let's take 8B. We'll take the emergency clause separately. That's what I thought. I'm going to move to approve item 8B with the amended language.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Archie?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes.
Counselor Bengal?
No.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes?
Counselor Bush?
No.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
Is there council discussion of the emergency clause?
I will move to add the emergency clause to item 8B.
Second.
Counselor Archie?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes.
Counselor Bengal? Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes?
Counselor Bush?
No.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
All right, item 8B is approved. Moving to 8C, request by the River Parks Authority for waiver of fees by the city of Tulsa of $17,213.25 for the police department labor cost for the 2026 Folds of Honor Freedom Fest. D, donation from H.F. Sinclair to the city of Tulsa for a movie and concessions for a movie in the park valued at $1,100.93. Do we have any speakers?
We have one speaker on item 8C, Kyle Roth.
Good evening, City Council.
Good evening.
So, the men and women of the Tulsa Police Department work hard, and they should be paid for that. There shouldn't be any consideration to waive this. They worked hard out in that heat on that 4th of July and maybe through that storm. I don't know how long they worked, but that storm was very, very terrible for the 4th of July.
Yes, it
But obviously, we're not allowed to ask questions, but I just want to genuinely put it out there. If it is waived, where does the money come from to pay those officers? So that isn't just that's just me putting it out there. So, but these officers should be paid for their hard work. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other speakers, Chris?
We have no more speakers.
Council discussion?
Chair, if I can just,
Sure.
yeah, just to answer the question that was put forth or clarify for folks. So the city does annually, there's been a tradition of waiving the fee for this event. That's a very, cherished citywide event, celebrating Independence Day. And the way that it works is because the city has traditionally done that, we're able to factor that into the municipal budget every year, and they've actually significantly reduced over time through different cost-saving measures the amount of officers that are even needed to put in this time for the event, and really reduced the cost overall that we are waiving. And so this is really our city donating into an event that costs over $100,000, the portion that we're able to contribute, but officers are of course still being paid, compensated, et cetera. That's non-negotiable. And again, this is just factored into our budget, and this is our official way of kind of in-kinding our city service to an event that our whole community can access.
Yes, this relieves River Parks Authority from picking up the cost, and the city of Tulsa has already paid the Tulsa Police Department officers who were assigned that day. So with that, are we going to go to D and then we'll do a motion for both, or are we taking all of these
I
separate?
read both of them, C and D.
Okay. I'd like to move approval of items 8, C, and D.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Archie?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes.
Counselor Bengal?
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
All right, items 8, B, and D are approved. 9, new business. There are no items this week. 10, hearing of appeals, no items. 11, hearing of public comments. This concludes the televised portion of our meeting.
Especially at dusk through dawn when coyotes are more active. In some cases, coyotes